Hi, I'm Dan Christiansen, and I'm your state representative here in the 39th District, and I wanted to give you an update once again as to what's going on down here in Olympia that may be affecting you. What I'd like to start with, though, is kind of going back in time a little bit. Last October, we were right before the election, and things were getting heated up, especially in the governor's race. And there were a couple of quotes that struck me that I think are important for us to remember. And those quotes were this: "I would veto anything that heads the wrong direction, and the wrong direction is new taxes in the state of Washington." That was by now Governor Jay Inslee said that. Another quote that was said shortly thereafter: "I don't believe that tax increases are the right route forward for our state." The reason why I bring that up is the governor just came forward with his own budget proposal, which actually increases taxes to all of us in Washington state by over $1.2 billion. Now, let's put that into context, because one of the things that's not being talked about is the fact that through the Office of Financial Management and all those high-paid public accountants we have down here, we're actually expecting to bring in excess of $2 billion more in just over the next 2 years. So this is a $1.2 billion increase on top of all this extra money we know is going to be coming in. Now, to many people, they think tax increases, those probably aren't going to hit me. You know, I don't own a business. I'm not Wall Street. Well, let me read off the list of taxes that we're talking about, and maybe you can answer that question. Is this going to affect you or not? The first one that I wanted to mention to you was thinking about buying a car, even a used car. The taxes are going to go up on buying a car. Increased taxes on bottled water. I buy a lot of bottled water. I'm going to get hit with that one. Almost every business in the state is going to have an increase in their B&O tax. It's huge. It's about $100 million a year just for that one. And if you're working for a business, especially one that's struggling right now, it may be difficult for them to be able to retain employees, which could affect all of us. Prescription drugs, a tax increase on prescription drugs, a tax increase on computer software, a tax increase on your telephone services, a tax increase on import of commerce. There's a lot of them here, to the tune of $1.2 billion, even going after farm equipment. Even our agriculture community is going to be hit. You know, I bring this up to you because I don't think that we're in a position right now, and I know myself and the people that I've been talking to, not only around our district, but around the state of Washington, they're struggling. There are very few exceptions to that. Most of the people I know have actually lost income over the course of the last several years, not gained income, and they're hoping someday just to get a raise and get back to where they should be. And there was just an article that came out today that actually ranks Washington State as the 5th highest in the country in the underemployed or unemployed. And that's not a statistic that's a good one. Out of 50 states, we're ranked 5th worst in the state when it comes to where we're at with our employment problems. We've got to get back to the basics here, and that is we're going to be able to solve these problems, but we're only going to be able to solve these problems if we're creating pay stubs. You know those stubs that come with your paychecks? If we can get more people working again in Washington, they're going to be getting those pay stubs. And those pay stubs represent the taxes that government brings in so that it can pay for those things like education, pay for taking care of our most vulnerable in our population, pay for those roads out there that we know we need, pay for public safety and our court system and all those things that we want government to do. We can do that, but we've got to turn around the economy. And there are many things we can do here in Washington State to accomplish that. I sure appreciate your input on this. Hey, give me a call if maybe one of these things are affecting you and you're concerned about it. And also, don't forget to call the governor. Maybe he needs to hear a little bit about your concerns, especially the fact that what happened last October when you said you weren't going to do this? Why all of a sudden now? Especially when we know we're bringing in a lot more money to the tune of over $2 billion in the next couple of years as compared to the last couple of years. I don't think now's the time to be looking at any tax increases. I welcome your comments. Again, I'm Dan Christiansen, your state representative. I look forward to hearing back from you. Take care now.